Well, do we get asked questions or anything?
It's really up to you. Like, I can ask questions to help guide what you want, or...
Yeah, let's get some questions, brah.
Okay. What are you guys' most memorable experiences in high school?
Well, it was probably jazz.
Well, I mean, what I remember about high school is definitely that one time when we got everyone to dress up like Corsican immigrants to the United States.
When we got the Gambinis.
That was good.
Yeah, because, I mean, we just wore the traditional dress of white V-necks and wife beaters.
Actually, I'd say the day that we all gave our speeches and everybody dressed up.
That was probably the best day.
In American history.
Well,
July 4th, 1776.
Definitely the best series of speeches in a single day. I think that goes without saying.
Well, no doubt. I mean,
John,
who would have...
John, I'm talking.
You know what? Colin?
Here's what. We have to learn how to get along.
Okay.
Okay,
We're gonna get along for the rest of the interview, all right?
Hey, we got to put our differences aside.
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
It was our senior speech day. That was the best.
Are you guys going to miss anything about high school? PCDS itself?
I'm gonna miss this right here, band room.
Yeah, I mean, lots of good times. Just getting a little bit choked up. Lots of great times here at PCA Jazz Band.
Dave Rowe. Dave Rowe is such a good man.
Dave Rowe has been an inspiration to me, both on and off the court, and I just want to say I'd like to thank him for being such a great coach.
10 years today.
10 years.
10 years today, Dave Rowe. Oh yeah, and we'll miss the other teachers too.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're good.
I like some of my
But
teachers.
for cereal right now, we're going serious.
For cereal? Wait.
But seriously,
Are you kidding me?
seriously now, I'd have to say Swingler with his hilarious jokes like "Oh Boy," that was pretty funny.
Well,
She had to be there.
Yes, you had to be an AP.
I guess you did have to be there,
Dumbass.
John. Thanks a lot. But I have to say, definitely my main man, Mr. Martin. I have been in 3 of Mr. Martin's classes. I've seen him like
Martin is definitely one of
John.
the best teachers
I've
ever.
seen Mr. Martin beat people up with a baseball bat and then just stand over their corpse and laugh.
You know, on that subject, I remember here's a good memorable moment. Freshman year,
With Handy.
Eric and I were here.
And the
Freshman
picnic
year, Hendy. I don't know if any of you underclassmen remember, but
They-
Bob Hendrickson Sr.
Yeah.
One day, Eric and I are just standing in the quad, and we look over, and Hendy walks up to one of the red picnic tables with one hand, completely flips it up, and we'd heard all the rumors of Hendy having superhuman strength, but until then, we didn't know for sure. And when we saw it, it was just
And guess what his reason for doing it was?
his reason. It was in his way. The table was in his way.
Yeah.
That's why he
That's
flipped
scary.
the table with one hand. It was unbelievable.
You know, Catherine Smith. I have to say she's probably my favorite teacher, other than Mr. Rowe.
You know, unfortunately, I never had Miss Smith.
That's unfortunate.
once.
You should have
It
taken
was-
AP Bio.
I should have.
She's a wonderful woman.
Any teachers for you, Colin?
Let's see. Well, I do remember, on the topic of Bob Hendrickson Sr., I do remember his son actually came and taught at the school, Hendrickson Jr. Great guy.
called him Junior.
We just called him Junior. He was a bro of ours. We'd go out on the weekends and we'd shoot cans that we lined up on logs.
And on the subject of math teachers, Miss Maz, I had her for, 8 consecutive years? Something like that, right?
That's quite a
Yeah, I had Miss Maz
run.
for almost every year I was at PCDS, basically. And it was great every year. So thank you, Miss Maz.
She scares me.
You can't say that. You're going to have to cut that, Eric.
Eric, you jerk! You understand now that this whole segment's not going to go in there?
sorry.
No, they can just...
Why did I learn how to juggle? It's going to get cut. I bet you. Watch. These people are going to see this, and they aren't going to see my great juggling.
They're gonna
because
cut-
You got it cut, Eric.
I was thinking you should have a studio audience. Like we got like in the back, just like
Beer? Or like not on camera.
or like when Colin said, "Mr. Martin," like
Oh,
like
Yeah, they're going to. You know what?
sounds of the 80s.
Sounds the 80s. Ooh, Oh, well, anyway, back to great teachers. You know,
Oh, and you have great football.
I mean, I love Jim Greenlee, and just
I
that
don't
guy.
have to have him. I felt kind of bad.
Oh, God, that is awful warm. Oh, that is absolutely awful warm. But Jim Greenlee, James as I like to call him, Jim is he's a real good guy, and you might have seen him walking around with his newly shaved head so that he looks like that, he looks like a cage fighter, the kind of cage fighter that's really fast, but, like he just gets the jabs in, like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Jim Greenlee single-handedly taught me algebra. I mean, I don't think that I even knew what algebra was before Jim Greenlee. He really opened my eyes to the world of mathematics and more importantly taught some good life lessons on the way. So yeah.
Is there anything going on with you guys and other students that you guys are going to miss? Not just teachers?
Well, we have our weekly traditions, which you will see in other interviews. But I should probably cut that. Okay, we have our other traditions such as Hava Java every day. We're at the Triforce. And unfortunately, our third member Andrew Chang is not here. But
We replaced him.
we got a Hava Java,
Better, faster, and
Hava
stronger.
Java and Einstein's bagels.
Einstein's bagels?
Oh, God. If you forget the bagels, you're going to have to pay your luxury tax.
Luxury tax!
But that's one of the traditions.
John, you
that
forgot your jacket. You're going to get
John, you're going to catch an awful cold. You're going to catch a
But
death out
what
there,
happened
John.
to Mr. Bernstein's
I
nephew?
know!
He got no, wait.
I know he got
he was the
when he got
doctor,
sick.
right?
No, the daughter's the lawyer.
Oh,
But isn't he a doctor?
I don't
He
know.
makes the most wonderful latkes in Hanukkah season. Oh.
yeah, but see, those latkes, they're only good for like 2 months.
You can
After-
freeze them, and then you slip them up to
Listen,
the
all you
the
do
freezer
is
upstairs.
you make a lot at once, then you freeze them. You can eat them all year. You just put them in
Really?
the microwave.
Really?
It's so easy.
Because my mother always told me never have latkes after 3 months.
She told you that.
My mother told me that.
Oh my. Well, I don't know what to say to that.
I don't know who raised your mother.
But next question, please.
That's amazing.
That was wonderful.
Nabir, do you have any questions?
For any starters.
Do you enjoy hip hop music?
Do I enjoy hip-hop music?
No, I used to beat around that block, but now
Some call it hippity hop. music.
now I bees the block.
John, ever since I can remember, you've been popping your collar, but
You know
it would
what?
appear as though right now your collar is in an unpopped
We've
state.
been spending most of our lives living in a
Hey,
gangster's
this ain't
paradise.
nothing but a G-thing.
Hey,
It's nothing but a G-thing.
this might be a little forward, but I want to lick you from your head to your toes.
John, can I get you on the Georgia Dome on the 50-yard line?
Hey, it must be the money.
Has hip hop affected your high school experience?
Hip-hop has been my high school experience.
Rap.
Almost
Music.
as much as jazz. Jazz.
Hip-hop and jazz are closely interrelated
Well, you know.
subjects.
Hip hop came from jazz.
I'm aware. Hip-hop
Yeah.
is jazz, and I speak jazz.
Jazz is
You
hip
do
hop.
speak jazz.
And I live jazz
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Hey, I live.
I'm fluent.
It's jazz o'clock somewhere.
There's-
I'm living that jazz life,
Jazz
living
o'clock,
that
young
privilege.
ladies.
Jazz
Jazz
life.
o'clock, young ladies.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Next question.
I think Nabir's question was very, very well placed. Good
Well
question,
placed.
sir.
How are they going to use
Thank
some
you.
of this?
Listen.
You guys are
I'm trying to find
John.
a way to use it.
No, you
John,
have to use the
let's-
whole
do you
hip-hop,
want to freestyle?
The whole hip
No,
hop
your
thing,
text.
and
Let's
the whole-
freestyle,
the
G.
whole-
You guys have to
Johnny,
find a
how
way
we
to
do
use
it,
some
my
of the
B-man
ridiculous
B.
stuff.
We're gonna keep
That's
it
right,
somehow
sitting
fun.
here with Johnny G. Greenberg in the house. What? Now you ever heard a group called Down the Flow? You didn't? No, I didn't either. Yo, they use played out beats and use auto-tune. They get less hits than a strip club at noon. What? But what am I to say? Colin Michaels Kelly is here to stay. I kick the dope rhymes you hear today. You sold your eardrum, make a Roman say, wait, now back to DTF. The topic, the famous smaller than microscopic. They got less members in Down the Flow, yeah. One to suck, the other to blow. Now, man, ain't never heard of Dylan Kaminsky, the man about depressed and Monica Lewinsky. I'm a swagger. I don't really know, but if you're down to flow, then it got to go. Now, I ain't got the best technology, because I ain't on top in the economy. But Dylan, your album is taking forever. The only one got cash money is your parents for funding this endeavor. What?
Yeah.
For life.
Word.
Take off the sunglasses.
No privs.
Priv life.
Alright, we gotta think about it. We gotta think. We have to have a little more serious stuff so that they can put some of this.
That's
This
definitely
interview
going
is
in.
very
Oh yeah,
serious.
some of the stuff is most of
I
this.
really hope it does.
Most
You
of
know
the
how to
stuff
do
is-
fast cuts where you just like show
Oh,
in the
yeah.
middle? Good.
We should do that.
charge
The
this
senior video should start
Who's
with
in
this.
charge of it?
No.
I think they mostly said it.
We can teach you the lyrics. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, next question.
Let's do it.
Next question.
Do you believe there's a place for you somewhere in Thug's Mansion?
All I do know is that a good friend of mine once promised me. This is about last year. He said I'm gonna buy you a mansion somewhere up in Wisconsin. You know, you probably know who it is. So, but
Give us the beer.
it.
They
Thanks,
can't see-
Eric.
They can't see him on the camera.
Thanks, Eric.
I don't like that tone.
You know what, Eric? I don't like your tone. Eric.
Yeah, Eric. I think you've been a little uppity with you, boy.
Eric.
Eric, get back here! Get back
Eric,
here!
Eric,
Get back here right now!
Eric.
Sit back down.
Okay, I'm calm. I'm calm.
Hey, Eric.
I'm calm.
Eric, we're not repeating the thing that happened on the... Remember when you did that on the plane?
Eric,
I
We're in the
remember.
air.
Eric, remember what happened with the stripper, okay?
No, we're not talking about that.
That was 3 years of lawsuits, okay?
Eric, she's dead.
She had a family.
I didn't
Eric.
kill her.
She had a family.
Eric, hey, the state of... Hey,
Why do you always have to bring this
the
up in
state of
public?
California says that you did it.
She was pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant.
I had nothing to do with that shit. Okay. Damn it.
Eric, they're gonna have to cut this out. What about the part where we all did those tricks on the
that I was gonna do
unicycle? Now that's all gone because you have a
they can
filthy
leave the
mouth.
unicycle part
You
in.
have a filthy mouth.
I'm sorry.
Eric, God, next question. Jesus.
Well, Eric and John, do you believe that there's a place for you somewhere up in Thug's Mansion?
Well, that reminds me of the time I got stopped by a lady cop. She pulled me over. She pulled me out my Rover. She put me in the back of the squad car, and yeah, it kind of goes from there.
I think you know how that.
The sirens, as they drove away, was just wee, 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 wee.
Like a cop car.
Like a cop car.
Like a cop car.
Yeah. Next question.
Do you guys have anything serious to say regarding students, teachers, anything?
Well, everything they've said is pretty serious.
Yeah, we don't joke around.
Do we
That's
look
a good
like we're
question.
joking?
We
here?
do
Listen,
not
do we
joke
look,
around.
Listen. Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
Go walk up to the camera. Do we look like we're joking?
Listen.
Not walking up to the
Okay.
camera, I already got up.
Now, some of you people might know Mark Zhang. Mark Zhang's the kind of person who jokes. He's the kind of person who's sarcastic.
Never take anything he says seriously.
Never.
Mark Zhang. I can't even. I don't even get me started on that kid. Don't even get me
Yeah,
started.
but
We go to Hobby Job with him, right?
Don't even get me. Wait, no.
No, wait.
Yeah, Mark Zhang. Wait, he's one of the Asians, right? Which one is it? I can never tell them apart.
I always get them mixed up. You know,
I can never tell them apart.
Yeah, there.
I don't really remember.
Hi. Yeah.
I think he's the one with the black hair.
Oh. Okay.
Say something really nice about somebody,
Well,
like Richie.
let me tell you something. Tyler C.
Tyler C. I'm gonna miss Tyler C.
I'm gonna miss
I am
C
going to
so
miss
much.
Tyler so much because without Tyler, there wouldn't be Meat Attack, which I hope that you can like cut to right now and show part of. Okay, see, I'm setting it up. But anyway,
Tyler C. American hero.
True American hero.
true American, well, true Chinese American hero.
Jose, can you?
Have you seen his washboard abs?
Oh my God! Tyler
Have you
C
seen
is
his
so fit.
biceps? Jesus.
They're like he
Christ.
could almost take Patty Mac.
Almost. Let's
I said almost for a
let's
reason.
let's say could.
We'll give him the benefit of that
could
doubt.
win.
There's
Biceps and lanyards and Diet Coke. Oh my.
Yeah, it's see, you know. Okay, I have to say something. Patrick McCorney, great guy, Thank you, Patrick. I hope you're listening.
Thank you for the Vanderbilt umbrella.
I hope you're listening, Pat, because I just really wanted to thank you for helping me get into college with as many threats as you possibly could put into a
I
single
have an
sentence.
interesting anecdote that we could use for this video.
Please.
All right. So it's
This is about the waiver, isn't it?
it's the first day of March Madness, just recently.
First day.
So, March 20th or so. I don't know. So anyway, we're in the student center, and Mr. McCorney comes, he comes all jittery and all shaking, and just running up to a group of about 5 or 7 seniors, asking if anybody's going off campus, for lunch. We're perplexed. We don't know why he's asking this, and then he proceeds to say that there's no Diet Coke. There's not a single Diet Coke on the
Not one
entire
drop.
campus, and he absolutely needed somebody to go off and get him a Diet Coke.
I like Diet Coke, Joe Rogan.
And he could not survive
He was
without that
jonesing for
Diet
that
Coke.
Diet Coke.
He was completely jonesing. I don't know if they like the word Jones in that.
He
not appropriate.
I don't know, I don't think it is. I think
he really liked Diet Coke. We could say he had a problem.
he-
Okay?
and we wanted to help him. We wanted to help him.
But in fact,
But the only thing he ever wanted to do was just drink that Diet Coke. He
You know?
never wanted to see his friends anymore.
never want to hang out with us anymore.
He never wanted to give college advice anymore.
Never
He
wanted to
just-
yell at us to clean up the quad anymore.
He never wanted to show off his rippling biceps to us anymore.
So we devised a plan where we could show that people care about him so that he doesn't need the crutch of Diet Coke.
I mean, it got bad. There was a period where he was just in his office, 8 hours a day.
He would do nothing.
He had a
just
veritable...
popping
Diet Coke.
popping
He-
cans of Diet Coke.
He hit a pile of it. And it
He
was just
had-
on his desk.
It was.
He didn't even try to hide his
It wasn't even sanitary. I mean,
It was-
the school had to call in.
I mean, he had...
Something
health,
had to be
health
done.
services.
He-
because-
Before
Something-
the cops got involved in
Something
this
had to be done, but hey, look at him today. Strong, in charge with his own delicious breakfast cereal, Captain McCorney's, with marshmallow biceps, lanyards, and Diet Cokes. I mean, oh my. He really showed that
he really turned around.
he really turned his life around,
Turned it around.
brought it around town.
Are you looking forward to any last experiences before you guys go off to college?
I'd kind of like to do that thing that we said we were going to do when you walked into English.
We shouldn't bring that up in this conversation.
There was. We want to do something in English class.
And see, I'm not in John's English
And by
class.
the time this interview airs, we might have already done it.
So I figure we can probably tell them about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them how it goes, John.
Shall I tell the plan? So we're planning, as of this moment, hasn't occurred yet. So about go 10 to 15 minutes in English class, I hear a phone call. My ringtone is something really jazzy, so it's just
do it at zigzag.
jazz just goes off through the room. I pick up. I hear a voice on the other line asking me, "What am I up to?" And I'm like, I'm doing nothing. Just an English class, nothing important. What's going on?" Then I get asked if I want to go outside. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, totally, I'll be out there in 5 minutes." Then I hang up my phone, ask very politely to Mr. Kuhn if I can go use the restroom, and I walk out the room.
Now, important caveat. At this point, John has already come into the room 10 minutes late, talking loudly and boisterously on his cell phone, like, No, I'll get I'll catch you later. No, call me at... Okay, whatever. Sorry, Mr. Kuhn, I was having a meeting with the teacher.
And then almost immediately, within 5 seconds of hanging up, the next phone call comes in. So,
John got into Duke.
Did you hear that John Horatio Greenberg, was recently accepted?
you guys.
I was really happy for him.
You guys.
And I guess Eric got into Vanderbilt.
Where?
I hear it's got Vanderbilt, prestigious school. I hear it's got majors in different shapes.
The Collins
And-
College of the South,
and
they call it.
coloring inside the lines.
You're taking... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you taking your... Is your major animal sounds?
Oh my. I haven't
think
decided
the
yet.
cow
I'm
says
going
what,
in
Eric?
undecided.
Cast is what? Eric, this is part of. You can't graduate without this, Eric.
Eric, this is like your
I'm
thesis.
sorry, what was the question?
The cow says what?
Moo.
Wow. Stephen Hawking and making millions of gentlemen. I mean, I don't think Stephen.
Oh
God.
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
Sorry.
he didn't show
I
up
see
to
what
that.
I was about to say.
He didn't show up to that
he
thing.
had the audacity
Yeah.
to miss his own presentation.
Yeah,
Who does that?
a brief history of being a jerk, I guess.
Just because he got sick and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
what is that? What are you, Stephen Hawking? Who are you? Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are, Stephen?
I'm
God,
awesome.
what a grade A jerk.
I does what I
Grade A
want.
jerk.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. His heart is a black hole.
That man.
What a jerk. Next question.
Is there any class in particular with a group of people that you guys just love or have or before?
They're snapping together?
Yeah, it was jazz band.
Yeah.
From jazz band, we've got so many memorable moments from the 2-2-2-2-2
Two?
All right, that's good enough for jazz, John.
Good enough for jazz.
Yeah, no one will
Good
get
enough
that.
for jazz.
There's that time that we thought we could write a book, but there were rocks in our bed and smoking in our eyes.
And we
And,
couldn't. We just. I mean,
I got-
Jambalaya Jane was knocking outside.
She was
door
wearing
with
her
the
shiny,
Moocher.
she was wearing her shiny stockings,
Minnie the Moocher right there. I mean, there was just.
and it didn't help because I know Oblo.
Here we are in a
That's all she
caravan,
speaks.
and
That's really too bad. Yeah, it's more than nothing.
night and day, I guess. That's what she was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
But,
question.
but no. We can. Like, this is a serious part that can actually go in the.
John?
Come on. You know what?
Okay, we'll do it your way. Whatever. You want to be
We'll do it live.
hot button cop on the loose? Sure, whatever, John.
You guys all have?
Sure.
All right. Memorable classes. I have to one in particular.
Other than jazz band,
Other than jazz band,
which is more of a lifestyle
ten-
than a class.
which is jazz. Jazz is jazz. But,
Jazz is the most jazzy form of jazz.
Excuse me.
but other than that, I'd have to
Jazz.
say 10th grade English, British Lit, with DC.
DC.
Dr. Cut. I mean,
Rough
such
DC.
such a memorable class. Eric and I would spend about most of the class / nay all of the
We
class
spend most of the time.
in the back of the classroom just talking about whatever, because like, when is British literature ever going to help me in my life?
Maybe
I don't-
hollering at some hunters walking by.
Why
their
did that
door.
even
Yeah.
happen?
Why did written even happen? I don't understand. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is,
It's obsolete now that America's here.
yeah, 'cause America is just. I mean, we just use England to make America the best.
Hello, I'm Britain.
You're hot and you're cold.
Yeah, yes, and you'll know.
You're in and you're out.
You're up and you're down.
Enough of that.
You're wrong. Oh yeah, enough of that. But Eric and I would talk all of class, and Dr. Carter's daughter Sophie would get blamed every single time. Every single time we talked, so Sophie would get yelled at by her mother for Eric and my conversations, and I found that quite humorous.
The light switches are there.
In the back, yep,
Thanks.
we'll get it. Other than that, though, let's see. Well, 10th grade chemistry was a keeper because we just did the same thing.
We've done
Oh,
the same thing
oh.
in every class we were in together.
I need to give an anecdote because they like those.
An anecdote, you say?
One time,
Will it-
one
will
time,
it be
one time when you were asked what R is.
That didn't happen.
Okay, so here's okay. So we're in chemistry. Eric and I are in the back of Wilkins' classroom because this is 10th grade, so Eric and I are all quiet and shy and sit in the back all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eric's just asleep. Eric's just out of it, just completely asleep. And we had been talking about, I forget what it was, something, I've got no idea what it was, but it had to do with a letter, let's just say R. Had to do, or was it moles maybe? Or I don't know. Anyway, so Mr. Wilkins is going on and on and on and on about this one thing. And he knows Eric's asleep. So after about 10 minutes, he asks, so Eric, what does R stand for? And Eric jolts up, awake, finally, for the first time in class, and proceeds to go on for a good 7 to 8 minutes
Senior speech length.
about the length of his senior, probably longer than his senior speech, about what the letter R could mean. How it can mean many different things. It could mean the radius. It could be Rubik's cubes. And Mr. Wilkins just let him go and had no intention of stopping him.
Yeah, I was waiting for about 15 seconds for him to stop me.
And finally, Eric just went on, just kept on going on for like 8 minutes, and until he finally ran out of steam, and had almost exhausted every possible word in the English language that began with R. And then Mr. Wilkins was like, "Not really. That's not really what R means." And Eric was just, oh.
I still don't know what R means.
Eric still doesn't know what it was. Still has no idea what R was.
I took summer chemistry, and so I don't even know what chemistry is.
But really, I have
That
everything.
was good times.
I have everything to thank.
God, you know, a lot of funny things from 10th grade.
A lot of funny. 10th grade was a fun year.
10th grade was,
I didn't even have a beard back then.
I know, my God.
Jesus.
There was a time Mr. Flail made Kendrick cry. That's not going to be a clip. That was hilarious.
I also remember the time that Mr. Flail described the heat outside as hotter than a Las Vegas stripper.
Mr. Chuck Flail.
Chuck
Flail also went on about
if you
how...
are getting a copy of this DVD, or more likely in Laserdisc, because you're in, Alaska, where they don't have technology, Chuck Flail, thank you for teaching me how to be just so dismissive and just, I mean, without your help, I don't think that I could dismiss people half as well as I do right now. I mean,
But on the other end of the spectrum,
Eric, I mean, it was just fantastic dismissing.
Chuck Flail used to go on and on
and on and on.
about how he would, on Sundays, every Sunday, he would break in. He would go to his convenience store, and he would steal donuts.
He would steal donuts and beer.
He would steal donuts and beer every Sunday from the convenience store at like 10 in the morning, so he could get his buzz on all day
Before the football.
before the football games. And about a good 3/4 of our class believed him in his story how he would steal donuts and beer.
In all seriousness, I think on the opposite end of the spectrum is Catherine Smith, who I think was probably one of the nicest people in the entire school. I know, don't you love her? Mm-hmm. And congratulations on the AP Teacher Award. You definitely are number one.
Yeah, number one in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Been on many trips with Miss Smith. Never had a class. It's a regret I have.
Me too.
Yeah, she got me my job at the hospital. Basically, without her, I would not have gotten it.
You wouldn't have gotten your doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a title you can't take lightly, Eric.
They did take it away, the doctorate, but after that time.
Eric, you were. I don't want to talk about your experiments right now, but
With the puppies, yeah. That was
You're,
yeah,
you're,
with the puppies.
You're
Yeah.
pushing
What other?
you're pushing the limits of morality, Eric.
Yeah.
Here with that. I mean,
What is this rapture?
This isn't. We're not in Russia. Okay.
Well, they would let me go into Russia.
Well, I know.
With the
Yeah.
giant bags of
Because you got your.
potassium nitrate or something.
It was my carry-on, okay?
Okay, whatever.
Fit in the slot.
Colin, this question is directed to you. Would you ever consider being taught a doctorate in psychology by a man
Oh, should we tell
on the streets?
I think we should tell that story.
Well,
Emotion.
if I were, let's see, if I were to be taught a doctorate in psychology by some kind of guy on the street with blue pants, like Homer Simpson blue pants, who had talked about how, I mean, in this hypothetical situation that I met this guy and he said, that maybe he was an all-star basketball player and that he was high on top of the world and that he was indeed responsible for giving a woman her doctorate in psychology. I mean, I suppose I would have to accept that hypothetically, yeah. Yeah, next question.
When we drove your car, you taught us how to drive stick on your
Oh.
car.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was great.
yeah.
Colin, if you don't know, drives that awesome red bug that you see in the park.
By the way, I'm actually selling it right now. Please contact me if it has not already been sold. By the time this premieres, I will be at the prom. You will probably find me. I believe I'll be wearing some kind of leisure suit. But just come to me. I am selling the car as well as a red 1986 Honda Elite scooter.
Ooh, you should snatch that
a
up
bargain.
right
That
now.
is a
Hey,
bargain.
listen, at Honest Collins 2-vehicle storage lot sale extravaganza, we will consider all reasonable offers.
Nobody meets Colin.
Nobody beats Colin. But yeah, I taught these two kids. Oh, it's like they were this high just yesterday. Getting all Getting all choked up. But I taught him how to drive stick shift on my much loved 1975 red Volkswagen Super Beetle. And Eric broke my key.
And then there was the time where I got stuck in some woman's driveway.
That was pretty embarrassing.
I couldn't get out of. I couldn't get it moving forward.
It was just some random woman's driveway that John had backed into.
And I could
got
not.
stuck.
I could not get it into first gear, and I could not drive it out.
Excuse me.
I could not do that.
So
And
she came out.
She came out and asked if we were having any problems.
To which I said, no, just teaching the kids how to drive, ma'am.
And yeah, and he taught us how to drive.
Yeah, they can drive all the way up to 4
He
speeds.
taught us good.
Real good. Next question.
Directed to you, how's the Inca Cola?
Inca Kola, the national beverage of Peru, has been described as like cream soda or bubblegum. I find that neither of those descriptions describe it or even slightly cognizant. You would have to be very foolish to think that. It is a delicious, bubbly treat from a land which I am not from.
It's really unlike anything else.
Where are you from, Colin?
I was born in Havana, Cuba. Yes, I am Cuban. Next question.
Do you guys have anything to say? Not questions, just anything to say to your peers, classmates,
Advice.
teachers?
Should we give advice?
Yeah,
I think no one's more qualified to give advice than us.
okay, I got some advice. Guys, seniors, friends, members of my esteemed class of 2009, it has been a pleasure and an honor to see 4 long, treacherous years with you at Phoenix Country Day School, which I'm actually working on a charter school, which would be Phoenix Country Death Metal School, which will have the motto, "Victory with Extreme Prejudice." But friends, colleagues, esteemed associates, if there's one piece of advice I can leave you with, it would most certainly be that know who your friends are and make those who aren't one of that group of who your friends are. Or, if that doesn't work, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Thank you for lovely 4 years.
That doesn't make any sense.
Eric, I swear to God.
Eric, some advice from you?
I would definitely say second semester senior year, don't take a history elective. I'm sorry for all the people who offer those, but you're going to end up wanting to drop it to go to Harvard Java. I'm sorry, Mr. Martin. I know your class is fantastic.
I wish I could have taken it, but I needed my 3 shots.
I know.
It's really fantastic. I love the class.
American Asia, yeah. If you have to fulfill the requirements, it's definitely the way to go.
It's good.
I really enjoyed IR first semester.
And my advice to everybody still at PCDS next year and future years is enjoy your time at PCDS, because why not? Why not?
I would also say, join the jazz band.
Join jazz
There is
band.
absolutely no other course of
I
action
don't
that makes
understand
any amount of sense.
why wouldn't you join jazz band?
I hear that there are other classes like choir.
Choir. It's
Choir.
Pish posh.
Yeah.
I think there's a strings option as well.
Strings.
Strings, like those things they make clothes out of.
Like,
Why would I want to do that as an elective? Listen.
jazz band.
Yeah, jazz
I really
band.
wish Dave Rowe was here, but he ditches out kind of early.
Yeah, he goes on his runs.
too bad.
He's a character.
But if you need any haircuts, Salon Exodus,
Oh,
An Indian
Exodus.
On 24th Street in Indian School.
owned by our very own David Rowe.
David Rowe.
Superlative,
Great prices,
stylistic.
great prices, great haircuts.
Yeah, that's the way to put
Yeah,
it.
that's their motto, actually.
Salon Exodus. Check it out.
Check it out.
Right next to Trails.
Holla at your boy, right next to Trails.
I think I went about 15 minutes over, and if the advice wasn't the last thing you guys have to say, is there anything to say? I gotta finish it up.
Peace, love. Come on, Jesus.